Hello, 안녕하세요. For this time, I made this video in English. And the reason why I made this video is for me to remember specificity and also sensitivity. And as I was making this video, I was thinking that it'll be more difficult for one to forget about these two. So let's get started. Okay, here is a guy who is having the blood sample for the screening test, just to remember this scenario. And he's saying that, please be specific, that I don't have a disease. Okay, the screening test must be very specific so that the person who do not have disease can be correctly identified. This is the specificity. So if the screening test is very specific, then it can filter out people who do not have disease, and they will not take them as diseased people. Okay, screening test which has high specificity is good to correctly identify people who do not have, okay, who do not have disease. So specificity is to identify correctly people who do not have disease, okay, who do not have disease. I emphasize this because it is a very high yield. As I was studying National Dental Board exam, this question definitely comes. And here is another scenario. Okay, no, I am sensitive. I might have a disease. She is very, very anxious because she is worried that she might have some disease. So, sensitivity is to identify correctly people with a disease. Okay, people with a disease is related with sensitivity, and people without disease is related with specificity. Okay, oops. So here we are having screening test, and here we have some participants. And for this case, okay, healthy people are located on the left side, and the diseased people are located, identified and separated on the right side. But see, even though he is healthy, he is still in the diseased group. Also, this screening test has very low specificity. Okay, you understood? So it didn't correctly identify people without disease correctly. So this screening test has a very low specificity. Okay, in this case, most of the healthy people were screened correctly, and only few were falsely identified as diseased people. So this screening test has a higher specificity than previous one. So they're saying asa, okay, in Korean, asa. They are correctly identified. So it has a very high specificity. And also we can say that it correctly identified those diseased people correctly. So it also has high sensitivity. In this case, wow, it has perfectly identified correctly for both. So it has a perfect specificity, we can say, and also the screening test has perfect sensitivity as well. So this screening test, we can say that it is a very good screening test. Good job. And here I have a question for you. A diagnostic test that correctly identifies 17% of the screened patients as disease-free has low. What will be the answer? I will count 3 seconds in mind. Okay, the answer is specificity. Okay, specificity is to identify people who do not have disease correctly, right? So disease free without disease. So 17% of the screened patients as disease free has very low, right? Low specificity. Okay, so we learned about specificity and sensitivity, and I hope once you face a question on this, you will not be confused and you pick the right answer. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you whatever you do, and see you next time. Bye bye. 안녕히 가세요. 잘 자요.